God says, "Only 16 seconds left. I saw your future and I couldn't stop crying. I wasn't allowed to tell you until now. Open this message immediately. What is about to unfold before you is not a coincidence. It is not random, and it is not ordinary. Something divine is happening, something beyond the surface, beyond the pain, beyond the confusion. These next few moments may shift something deep inside you. So stay, not because of fear, but because something in your heart has already whispered that this is meant for you. If you have ever wondered if heaven was trying to reach you, let this be your sign. If you believe this word is for you, comment, Amen. You are being called by heaven to pause, breathe, and hear this deeply. This is a moment heaven waited for. 16 seconds may seem short to the world, but in the realm of the spirit, that's long enough for destiny to collide with divine truth. Archangel Michael is not speaking of destruction, but revelation. He has seen what you're walking into. He has seen the doors opening before you, the traps laid beneath your feet, the miracles breaking through the veil, the battles not yet known to your heart, and the blessings that would crush your doubts if you only knew they were coming. He saw your future, and what he saw made him weep. But not because it ends in despair. He cried because of the weight of it, the power of it, the beauty and the pain interwoven so tightly that only the hands of God could untangle it all. He saw what you were not ready to know until now, that the pain you carried wasn't in vain, that the tears you cried in the dark were seen, that the rejection you faced was a redirection, that the fire you endured wasn't to burn you but to refine you, that the silence you mistook for abandonment was the pause before heaven's loudest intervention. If your spirit is stirring right now, it's because your soul remembers what your mind cannot yet see. This message is not just information, it is an impartation. It is heaven reaching into your timeline to pull you into alignment. Archangel Michael, the protector, the warrior of heaven, was sent not just to fight for you, but to tell you God has not forgotten. Your prayers were not buried. Your name is known in heaven, and your future is so soaked in the favor of God that even the enemy trembled at the sight of it. If you believe, comment 1111 right now. Something sacred is aligning for you. Michael wasn't allowed to speak before, not because you weren't loved, but because timing in heaven matters. There are things that must remain hidden until your heart is strong enough to hold them. But now, the veil has been lifted, and heaven is speaking plainly. You are entering a season that will not resemble anything from your past. The battles that nearly broke you were not your end. They were your training. The heartbreak that shattered you was not your curse. It was the soil in which new life is about to grow. You were never forgotten, not for 1 second. While you lay awake at night wondering if God heard you, the angels were already dispatched. When you felt like everything was against you, the heavens were aligning the details of your deliverance. When you thought the silence meant nothing was happening, everything was shifting in the background. The pain didn't mean absence, it meant preparation. Archangel Michael cried because he saw how hard the enemy tried to stop you, how many traps were set to silence you, how many moments you almost gave up, and how many times God pulled you back just in time. He wept because of the beauty of your endurance, the quiet strength you didn't even know you had, the way heaven applauded when you chose to pray through the pain, when you chose to forgive, when you chose to worship even when you didn't feel anything. And now, you are standing at the edge of something holy. What's coming is not small. It's not casual. It's not something you will be able to explain with logic. What's coming is divine proof that God was writing a bigger story, one that would restore everything the enemy tried to destroy. Every unanswered prayer, every silent night, every betrayal, every delay is being gathered into something beautiful. So I'm asking you to like this video, not for numbers, but because someone else needs this word and might find it through you. This moment might be the thread that leads someone else back to hope. The presence of God is not far away. It's right here, in the pauses between your thoughts, in the ache of your soul, in the longing you can't put into words. God is not distant. He is nearer than your next breath. Archangel Michael was sent to confirm this, that the fight was real, but so is the breakthrough, that the warfare was intense, but so is the promise, that the tears were many, but the joy will be greater. There's a reason you are still standing. There's a reason you survived what others could not. You were kept, you were covered. You were carried through what should have crushed you. And the same God who brought you this far is the one who is going to complete what he started. He didn't bring you here to leave you broken. He brought you here because it's finally time. Time to rise, time to be healed, time to walk in the fullness of the promise, time to see what the enemy never wanted you to discover, that you are chosen, that you are seen, that you are favored by the Almighty, that even the angels speak your name in heaven, that God's hand is resting on your life in a way that cannot be shaken, that you carry something sacred, something eternal, something that hell cannot steal. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams, luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations, but this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. You are not late, you are not behind, you are exactly where you need to be, right on the edge of divine fulfillment. Keep holding on, keep trusting, keep pressing in, because the same God who saw you in the wilderness is about to crown you in the promise. Archangel Michael saw it all. He saw the fire, he saw the fear, he saw the faith, and he wept because of the glory that is coming. You don't need to fight alone. Heaven is fighting with you. The enemy tried to delay you, distract you, discourage you, but none of it worked. And now, something holy is about to be birthed from everything that almost broke you. This is not a general word. This is personal. This is sacred. This is about your life. It's about your calling, your family, your peace, your healing, your breakthrough. There were moments that felt like the end, moments you didn't think you would survive, but even then, you were being held in unseen arms. You were being protected in the middle of storms you didn't even know how to name. The attacks weren't a sign that God left you. They were a sign that something valuable was inside you, something the darkness feared, something that carries the glory of God. There is a reason you could not quit, a reason you could not walk away. Even when you wanted to disappear, even when the weight felt unbearable, God's hand pulled you back again and again. He placed his light inside you, and no darkness has been able to put it out. Archangel Michael saw what comes next, and he said, if you knew, you would fall to your knees with gratitude. Because what's coming is not just a small blessing, it is a complete reversal, a divine shift, a turning point that will echo across your generations. If you believe this, comment 222. God is aligning everything that once felt scattered. You are not here by chance. You are not watching this because of an algorithm. You are here because something from heaven was scheduled to reach you today. And that's what this is. A scheduled release, an appointed word, a divine instruction wrapped in love. Your future has been seen by the heavens, and what was hidden is now being spoken. It wasn't time before, but it's time now. Heaven is no longer whispering, heaven is declaring. What was delayed will not be delayed anymore. What was locked will now open. What was broken will begin to mend. The timing of this revelation is not random. It comes at the edge of your exhaustion, when your hope was wearing thin, when your soul was growing quiet and your prayers were starting to fade. But this word is here to breathe again on the embers, to fan the flame, to remind you that it's not over. You are stepping into the part of your story where the plot changes. The pain was real, but it's about to become the platform. The battle was long, but it's about to become the testimony. There were nights you laid in bed with a heart full of questions, not understanding why things fell apart, not understanding why some prayers remained unanswered. But what you could not see then was that God was preserving you for something greater. He was keeping you from walking through doors that would have destroyed you. He was protecting your soul when all you wanted was a breakthrough. Because God's love for you runs deeper than your timeline. He is not cruel, He is careful, and every delay had purpose. Archangel Michael cried, not because your story ends in sorrow, but because your victory will be greater than your past. He saw how heaven rearranged timelines for you. He saw how legions of angels were sent to cover you when you thought you were alone. He saw how many weapons were formed against you, and not one of them could prosper because God Himself stood in front of you. He saw the grace that was given to you when you didn't even have strength to pray. And He wept, because even in your weakest moment, you were still surrounded by glory. You have no idea how much has been happening in the unseen realm on your behalf. The enemy thought he had time, but he was wrong. God is accelerating your release. You are being ushered into a season that will make sense of every season that confused you. You are not going back to how things were. You are being launched into what you were always meant to walk in. A level of peace, of clarity, of spiritual power, of divine favor, that will leave no room for doubt that it was God who did it. There is healing coming to the parts of you that have been silent for too long. The pain you buried because it was easier than explaining it. The dreams you abandoned because disappointment became too familiar. The hope you stopped talking about because it hurt too much to believe again. God is touching all of it. He is not skipping over anything. This is a full restoration, a complete healing, a deep, divine reset. You are not being asked to figure it all out. You are being asked to stay open, to keep trusting, to keep listening, because heaven is not finished speaking. There is more being revealed, layer by layer. You are being led by the Spirit, not just toward blessing, but into transformation. What's coming will not just change your situation, it will change you. It will expand your faith. It will deepen your worship. It will set you free from patterns that have followed you for years. Even now, heaven is moving. Even now, the angels are positioned. Even now, doors are creaking open. Even now, favor is finding you. Even now, the Spirit of God is hovering over your life, speaking new beginnings. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not abandoned. You are being carried into something eternal. And no power of darkness can stop what God has ordained. The tears you cried will not return empty. The pain you endured will not go without purpose. The silence you felt was never God's absence. It was His shelter. He was hiding you while He worked. And now He is unveiling the masterpiece. You, refined, restored, redeemed, loved beyond comprehension. Could this hidden CIA brain ritual be the real reason people are suddenly rich? A secret CIA discovery has just leaked, revealing a brain hack that's pulling wealth into people's lives effortlessly. It only takes 7 seconds, it's done at home, and it's backed by 4 neuroscience labs. Debt is vanishing. Luxury is becoming normal. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Archangel Michael did not just deliver a word. He carried a glimpse of your future, and what he saw was so full of power, so overflowing with breakthrough and divine justice, that it shook even the most fearless warrior of heaven. There is a weight on your life that you may not fully understand yet. You carry something eternal, something the world didn't give you, and the world cannot take from you. The battles you faced weren't because you were weak, but because you are marked, chosen, set apart, called to carry light in places that others abandoned. You were not born to blend in. You were born to shine, to lead, to be a voice of hope, even when your own voice trembled through the pain. The darkness fought hard because it knew what you carried, even when you didn't. If you are holding on to faith even now, comment 333. You are declaring that your trust is still alive, even if your heart is tired. There is a breakthrough coming that will not just bless you, but will redeem every moment of delay, every wound from betrayal, every closed door that left you in confusion. God is not just giving you back time. He is restoring what time tried to steal. You are stepping into moments where everything will start making sense. The connections, the rejections, the unexpected endings, the prolonged silence, all of it is about to align into something that will leave you in awe. Heaven has seen your heart, the broken parts, the silent cries, the hidden battles, and God is responding, not with just comfort, but with confirmation. You didn't miss it. You weren't too late. You didn't take the wrong turn. Even the detours are being used. Even the delays are working in your favor. What looked like a closed door was God's protection. What felt like isolation was heaven's covering. What felt like loss was actually redirection. You are not forgotten, not for a moment, and now heaven is making that known in ways you can no longer deny. Archangel Michael stood in the presence of God and received permission to speak this now because your spirit is ready. Your soul has matured through pain. Your eyes have been trained through tears. You've learned how to stand when you didn't feel strong. You've learned how to worship when nothing around you changed. And because of that, your reward is not just coming, it is unfolding. Slowly, steadily, undeniably. You are not in the same place you were before. You have grown, even when it didn't feel like growth. You have healed, even while still carrying the scars. And now, you are ready for what's been waiting. You must understand this. There are things God allowed you to go through, not because He was absent, but because He was building you for the weight of the blessing. Not everyone can carry what you are about to carry. Not everyone has the endurance to steward what is coming into your life. But God trusted you. He trusted you with the pain because He knew it wouldn't break you. He trusted you with the waiting because He knew you would still believe. He trusted you with the delay because He knew you would still show up, still hope, still choose love. And now, heaven is opening. Not in theory, not as a distant promise, but as a present reality. You are stepping into days where supernatural clarity will replace confusion, where sudden favor will cancel years of rejection, where long-awaited answers will rise like morning light. This is not a maybe. This is a divine moment written long ago, now arriving in your life. You are walking into days that were prepared before you were born, and nothing can stop it. There were things said about you, things done to you, that made you feel like maybe you were not enough, like maybe you were forgotten. But God never saw you that way. He saw you through eyes of love, through plans of purpose, through the light of destiny. Even when you lost sight of yourself, He didn't. Even when you felt too broken to be used, He saw the oils still pouring from your life. Even when your prayers were silent tears, He heard every word. The angels have surrounded you more times than you know. There were attacks that were blocked before they ever touched your life. There were nights when your soul was too weary to fight, and the angels carried your name before God. You are here because of divine preservation. And now, you are not just surviving, you are being revived. Resurrected, rebuilt, restored. This is your turning point. What felt final is being undone. What felt stolen is being returned. And when it happens, when the breakthrough comes in ways that even your most hopeful prayers didn't expect, it will not just be for your comfort, it will be your testimony, a light for others still in their storm. You are being blessed to be a blessing. You are being lifted so you can lift others. You are being restored not just for your healing, but so your life becomes a living example of what God can do with someone who simply refuses to let go. There will be peace where there was once chaos, joy where there was sorrow, strength where there was weakness. You will laugh again, not because the pain didn't happen, but because God gave you beauty in place of ashes. The mourning will be exchanged for dancing. The heaviness will be lifted. The fear will no longer have a hold. This is a divine reversal. You are not going back. You are being called forward. And nothing will ever be the same again. The presence of God is not far. It is wrapped around you like a quiet shield, steadying your heart when you feel like it might give out, reminding you that even in the silence, you are still being carried. Heaven is not watching you from a distance. Heaven has been surrounding you the whole time, and now the voice of God is rising like a morning sun to remind you this is not the end of your story. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth. Verified by 4 top labs, this ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Archangel Michael didn't just glimpse your future, he witnessed the very moments that are about to unfold. He saw the divine turning point. He saw the exact second the breakthrough pierces the delay, when the promise overtakes the pain. When the restoration comes in waves so deep, your soul will not be able to do anything but worship. And when he saw that, he cried. He wept because he knew how much you had to carry just to make it to this part of the story. He wept because he saw how long you held on without answers. And he wept because what is coming is more beautiful than you ever imagined. You are entering a moment where God will do in days what you could not make happen in years. The waiting did not weaken the promise. The delays did not change the outcome. What God said still stands. Heaven does not forget. And the time you thought was wasted has actually been holy ground, preparing your soul to carry what is coming without collapsing under the weight of it. You are ready now. Not because you feel ready, but because God has decided it is time. If your heart still believes in the promise even through the ache, comment 555. That small act of faith is louder than the enemy ever imagined. There is no part of your life too far gone for God to redeem. There is no wound too deep for him to heal. There is no loss too great for him to restore. He is not limited by what you've lost. He is moved by what you've endured. You didn't curse him in the storm. You didn't give up when it felt pointless. You kept showing up with trembling hands and tired faith, and God saw it all. He didn't just hear your prayers. He felt the weight of your longing. And now, he is answering not because you earned it, but because you are loved beyond measure. Your future is not just brighter, it is sacred. It has been written in divine ink, and no human hand can erase it. The enemy cannot rewrite what God has spoken. The lies that were spoken over you, the betrayals you endured, the moments of deep humiliation and pain, none of them will define what's ahead. God is the one writing the next chapters, and He is not writing from your wounds, He is writing from His love. This part of your life will be marked by things you never thought possible. Peace that lasts, joy that runs deep, doors that open without force, healing that reaches places no one else could see. You were not overlooked, you were not forgotten, you were hidden for a reason. There are some seasons where God shields you from the spotlight, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because what He placed inside you is too precious to be exposed before its time. But now, the time has come, and heaven is unveiling what has been growing in the dark. This is your release, your emergence, your arrival into the fullness of what was always meant to be yours. Archangel Michael saw the moment your strength would no longer come from striving, but from resting in the truth of who God says you are. He saw the chains breaking, not just the obvious ones, but the quiet chains too, the fear of not being enough, the shame that lingered too long, the weight of past regrets, the ache of never being fully seen. He saw it all being shattered in a single moment of God's presence. And he wept because he knew, finally, you would know how deeply loved you've always been. There is no part of your story that God will waste. He will use the broken places as the strongest foundations. He will use the tears as seeds of new beginnings. He will use the silence to teach you how to hear His voice more clearly. Everything you thought disqualified you is what He's going to use to show others what grace really looks like. Your life will be a living testimony of mercy, a story not of perfection but of relentless love. There is a reason you still feel drawn to this message. It's because your spirit recognizes the truth in it. Heaven is calling your name, and God is not just near, He is speaking directly to the places in you that needed healing the most. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to fix yourself first. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. You just have to receive. Let the walls fall down. Let the truth of this love touch your heart. Let yourself believe again. Because belief is the bridge, and heaven is already on the other side, waiting. The fire you walked through didn't burn you. It refined you. It didn't steal your purpose. It awakened it. You are stronger now. Not harder, not colder, stronger. And that strength will carry you into a future soaked in the goodness of God. You will look back and see how everything worked together. Even the pain, even the silence, even the loss. It will all make sense. Maybe not today, but soon, very soon. You are about to see what it looks like when heaven fights for you in the open. No more secret battles, no more silent suffering, no more hidden tears. God is stepping into your story with power, and what was meant to bury you will now become the ground where your greatest blessings rise. But not anymore. The atmosphere around you is shifting because the presence of God is filling the places where fear once lived, where doubt once whispered. Something greater is taking over now, something holy, something eternal. Archangel Michael saw your future and cried because the goodness of God about to be revealed in your life is weighty, sacred, and unstoppable. He wasn't weeping from sorrow. He was weeping because he saw joy so full it would break chains. He saw you stepping into a version of yourself you never thought you'd become. He saw promises that have been wrapped in silence for years finally being unsealed. He saw your name being spoken in places you haven't even stepped into yet. He saw the favor of God moving like a river, washing away years of delay and disappointment. Is it time to unlock the same CIA secret brain ritual, changing lives in seconds? A new leak has revealed a powerful 7-second technique, developed under CIA-funded research and backed by neuroscience. It's helping people magnetize wealth like never before. From debt to luxury faster than anyone believed. But this miracle won't stay public for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. There is a purity in this moment that cannot be rushed. You are not being pushed toward blessing, you are being invited into it. And not just for comfort. This is about destiny. What's been hidden is about to be revealed. What's been broken is about to be restored. What's been silent is about to sing again. You are not just stepping into answered prayers, you are stepping into divine alignment. There is an order being restored in your life, not just on the outside but deep within. God is putting things back where they belong. If your heart feels something you can't explain right now, comment 1212, something divine is aligning for your future. The people who walked away, the doors that shut, the seasons that didn't make sense, they were never wasted. They were part of the holy setup. You see, God is not reacting to your life. He is orchestrating it. Every tear that fell was caught. Every lonely night was recorded. Every battle you fought when no one was looking became a seed in the soil of heaven. And now, the rain of glory is falling. What you sowed in pain, you will reap in power. There are some moments in life that shift everything, not with noise, but with clarity. This is one of those moments. God is not just lifting you out of a hard place. He is lifting you into your true identity. You are not who the world said you were. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not forgotten, broken, or cursed. You are loved. You are chosen. You are royal in the eyes of heaven, and nothing will be able to hold you back anymore. Not fear, not shame, not the past, not the opinions of others. Michael was not just delivering information. He was releasing heaven's urgency. The kind of urgency that comes when the time is right, when the weight of your preparation meets the timing of God's hand. There is no more delay. No more circling the same mountain. No more surviving while barely holding on. God is calling you to rise, not in your own strength, but in the power of His Spirit. You were born for this moment. What's coming will humble you. Not because you didn't deserve it, but because you'll know it was never about striving. It was about surrender. God is about to show you that your obedience in the dark did not go unseen. That your faith, even when it flickered, was enough. That your heart, though heavy, stayed open, and heaven is now responding. You are not late. You are right on time for the greatest unfolding of your life. There are blessings coming that don't make sense in the natural, connections that appear from nowhere, opportunities that feel too big for you, restoration that seems impossible. But they are not coming because you deserve them. They are coming because God promised them. And God never breaks His promises. You held on when it hurt. You believed when you had no reason to. And now, you will see what happens when heaven honors a life that stayed faithful in the fire. This is a season of divine interruption. The kind that tears through old patterns and births something completely new. God is not just blessing your surroundings. He is transforming your spirit. He is giving you new eyes, new strength, new direction. You will no longer move from a place of survival. You will move from a place of certainty, not because you have the answers, but because you trust the one who holds them. The heavens are speaking, the angels are moving, the wind of the Spirit is blowing fresh through your life, and nothing will look the same again. You are walking into miracles that have your name on them, into peace that no storm can shake, into freedom that no chain can stop, into joy that no lie can steal. This is more than a breakthrough. This is a birthing. God is birthing something through you that will change lives. Your testimony will awaken others. Your light will lead the broken home. Your story will become someone else's survival guide. You don't need to chase this. You just need to yield. God is not asking you to strive, to figure it out, to do more. He is asking you to stay open, to keep trusting, to keep listening. The next chapter has already been written, and it's soaked in glory. You are not starting from nothing. You are building on everything God has already placed inside you. Every hard lesson, every quiet moment of obedience, every tear-soaked prayer has prepared you for this. Let your heart believe again. Let your hope rise again. Let the fire burn again. This is your season to stand in what was spoken over you long ago. You were made for this, anointed for this, protected for this. Every detour was worth it. Every setback was set up. Every delay was design. You are being crowned with purpose, with peace, with power, with the presence of God. Archangel Michael saw the coming days, and he could no longer keep silent, not because he doubted God, but because of how deeply he felt the intensity of what's about to be poured into your life. He cried because he saw not just your breakthrough, but the weight of glory that will rest upon you once you step fully into the purpose that was written for you since the beginning. This is not just another good season. This is the one that changes everything. This is the moment that will shift the atmosphere in your home, your thoughts, your health, your relationships, your finances, and your faith. The shaking that you felt inside wasn't confusion, it was the trembling before the release. When heaven prepares to deliver something weighty, the ground under your feet will feel unsteady, not to destroy you, but to clear the space for what is coming. If you believe the weight of glory is finding you now, comment 777. Let your faith speak what your mouth can't yet say. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There are some things in your life that had to die for you to live again. Certain friendships, expectations, old mindsets, they couldn't come with you into this new place. That's why you felt stripped. That's why it felt lonely. That's why the silence grew louder. But through it all, God was drawing you closer. He wasn't punishing you, he was preparing you. Every ending wasn't rejection, it was redirection. And now, the redirection is revealing the promise. Michael saw the timeline stretched before the throne of God, and on it was your name, marked, protected, set apart, chosen. Not because of your perfection, but because of God's relentless love. He saw the exact moment your prayers collided with heaven's appointed time. He saw what your eyes are about to see, that nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the delays, not the seasons where everything looked like it was falling apart. Every broken piece is being used. He saw the rebuilding, the divine arrangement of people and places and opportunities that are about to surround you. He saw the tears of relief that would pour down your face when the weight finally lifts. He saw the healing you stopped hoping for finally breaking through in places you never told anyone were hurting. He saw how God would wrap his presence around you like a warm covering and call you his own. You don't need to understand how it will all unfold. You only need to trust that it will. Because heaven has already seen it completed. Your future is not up for debate. It is secure in the hands of the one who holds galaxies in place and still knows the number of hairs on your head. God is not confused about your calling. He is not rethinking his plans. What he said will still come to pass. His word never returns empty. This is a season of fulfillment. The wait is ending. The delay is breaking. The pressure you felt is not a sign that you're far from breakthrough, it's a sign that you're on the edge of it. That ache in your chest, the weight you've carried silently, the deep longing that nothing else seems to satisfy, those are all signs that something sacred is being birthed in you. This is spiritual labor, and it hurts because it's holy. But joy is coming, not just happiness, but deep, unshakable joy. The kind that steadies you when life wobbles, the kind that rises up even when things don't look perfect. That joy is not something you'll have to chase anymore, it will find you, because your heart has been prepared to receive it. You're not the same person you were when this season started. You're wiser now. You're stronger now. You're softer in the places that matter, and harder in the places that needed protection. You are about to become a living example of God's mercy. People will look at you and know that only God could have done this. Only His hand could have pulled you out, lifted you up, restored your heart, healed your soul, and placed you back on the path of purpose with fire in your bones and peace in your mind. And when that happens, don't be surprised if tears come without warning. Those are the tears Michael saw in the future, the tears of someone who made it through the fire and still found God waiting on the other side. There is no battle you fought that heaven ignored. There is no night you cried that heaven dismissed. You are not invisible to the Father. He has walked with you in every moment, even the ones where you felt most alone. And now, the clouds are lifting, the sun is rising, and the light of His love is breaking through in ways you never expected. You will walk into rooms and shift atmospheres, not because of who you are on the outside, but because of what God has placed inside you. You will speak, and things will change. You will pray, and heaven will move. You will show up, and darkness will flee. Because you are not just a person, you are a carrier of divine presence. You've been through too much not to shine. You've lost too much not to rise. Let God keep shaping you. Let His love keep pulling you deeper. Let His voice drown out every lie that ever told you you weren't enough. You are enough because He says so, and His word is final. No opinion, no attack, no failure can undo the plans He set for your life before you took your first breath. Your story isn't just about survival, it's about transformation. You're being turned into someone new, not by force, but by fire, not by pressure, but by presence. And you will never be the same again, because this isn't a temporary shift. This is a permanent move of God. Archangel Michael didn't just come with a word of encouragement, he came with a revelation too great to remain hidden. He was not allowed to speak it before, not because God was distant, but because divine timing demands reverence. And now that the time has come, nothing can stop this release. What Michael saw was not just your breakthrough. He saw your entire story through the eyes of eternity. Not just the pain, not just the waiting, but the purpose. He saw the way your name was written into the story of God's redemption. He saw how heaven had been preparing something for you that would leave the enemy silenced. He saw how the weight of what you've carried was never wasted. He saw how your future would rise up out of the rubble, carrying more light than darkness ever expected you to hold. If you believe your future holds more light than your past ever did, comment 999. Let your hope speak louder than your fear. Why is the government hiding this 7-second brain ritual from the public? A leaked CIA document just exposed a brain technique so powerful it's helping people cancel debt and call in wealth within days. Validated by 4 top neuroscience labs, this method is changing everything. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. This is not just about what's next. It's about what's happening right now. The shift is already in motion. You may not see it all yet, but the Spirit has already gone before you. The walls that once held you back are weakening. The doors that remained shut are unlocking. The chains that wrapped around your progress are falling to the ground. This is not because of your strength, it is because of God's mercy. It is because you were always meant to rise, and heaven is making it known now. The deep heaviness you've been carrying, the constant weight pressing down on your shoulders, that silent fight in your mind to just keep functioning, to just keep pretending everything's fine, it's breaking off of you now. The Spirit of the Lord is releasing you from the invisible burdens, from the pressure to be perfect, from the fear of disappointing everyone, from the shame that still tries to whisper in the background. You are being freed, not just externally, but internally. God is not only removing what blocked you, He's healing what wounded you. Michael cried because he saw how long you carried silent pain, how many nights you cried yourself to sleep with no one to comfort you, how you smiled in public while breaking in private. He cried because he saw that despite all of that, you still chose to believe. You still whispered prayers, you still stayed, you still hoped, and now heaven is rewarding what no one else could see. This next move of God in your life is not based on how loud you shouted, how perfect your faith seemed, or how well you held it all together. It's coming because you kept your heart open, even when it hurt. You kept showing up, even when it felt pointless. And that kind of surrender touches the heart of God like nothing else. He doesn't need your performance. He wants your trust. There is a divine reversal taking place. Everything that was sent to destroy you is being flipped. The very places where you were wounded will become the places where you carry healing. The very rooms that rejected you will open wide and ask you to come in. The very voices that spoke against you will fall silent in awe of what God does through you. This is not to prove yourself. This is to glorify the one who carried you when you couldn't carry yourself. You have been in a season of stretching, where it felt like nothing made sense, where everything was being pulled out of you, where you had more questions than answers. But all along, you were not being punished, you were being prepared. Prepared to hold more, prepared to lead with compassion, prepared to rise without pride, prepared to carry what others dropped. And now, you are stepping into what your pain trained you for. God is not just restoring what was lost, He is replacing it with something better. Better peace, better connections, better direction, better strength. You are not going to settle into old patterns anymore. You are not going to live in fear of the next attack. You are not going to shrink back when things get hard, because now you know who you are. And more importantly, you know whose you are. You belong to the one who spoke light into darkness. You belong to the one who healed the blind, calmed the storm, raised the dead, and still calls you by name. You belong to the one who walks on water and stands in the fire. You are not alone. You never were. Even when you didn't feel Him, God was right there. His silence wasn't distance, it was protection. He was doing more than you could see. He was building what you're about to walk into. There's going to be a moment, soon, very soon, where you will suddenly realize why it had to happen the way it did. The pieces will come together. The clarity will settle in. The pain will start to make sense. And the beauty that comes from it will be undeniable. You won't have to explain it to anyone. The fruit of your life will speak louder than any words ever could. Archangel Michael is not watching from a distance. He's fighting beside you even now. Your name is known in heaven. Your story matters to God. You were never abandoned, never ignored, never dismissed. You are seen, loved, fought for, chosen. And the tears you cried privately are being answered publicly. There will be a display of God's glory in your life that no one will be able to take credit for. It will be so full of power, so wrapped in peace, so surrounded by grace, that people will have to say this had to be God. Let this word sit in your heart. Let it wash over the places that forgot how to hope. Let it reach the brokenness you learned to live with. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not disqualified. You are exactly who God knew you would be in this moment. And He still says yes. He still says it's time. He still says you are ready. Not just to tell you something inspiring for today, but to breathe fresh life into you, to awaken something eternal that had been pushed down by weariness, silence, fear, and disappointment. God doesn't speak for the sake of speaking. When heaven opens its mouth, it is because something in the natural is about to shift. Archangel Michael didn't cry because of defeat. He cried because of how much beauty, victory, healing, and favor is headed straight toward your life and how long you've waited for it. He cried because he saw how heaven's timeline is now aligning with your obedience, your pain, and your hope. It is all coming together. Not one part of your story is being wasted. Not one detail is being forgotten. God is weaving it all into something breathtaking. If you know this word is for you and you receive it in your heart, comment 1010. Your agreement matters because faith is rising. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. The silence you've been living through has felt almost endless. The prayers you whispered seemed to hit the ceiling. The delays kept piling up, and in those hidden moments, a part of you wondered if maybe you missed it, missed the blessing, missed the moment, missed the path. But here is the truth that heaven is shouting over you now. You did not miss anything that was meant for you. It has been preserved, protected, guarded until the time was right. And now, the time is right. There is divine movement all around you. You may not see it yet, but the shaking in your spirit is the evidence. The restless stirring in your soul, the feeling that something is about to break open, it is not your imagination. That is the Holy Spirit preparing your heart to receive what has already been released in heaven. Your name has been spoken over this very moment. Your breakthrough is not just an idea, it is already set into motion. The shift has begun, and nothing will stop it now. Everything that was too heavy for you to carry is now being lifted. The Spirit of God is placing His hand on the very weight that pressed down on your heart for so long, and He is lifting it off. The anxiety that haunted your quiet hours is losing its grip. The fear that crept in when no one was around is being cast out. The worry that lived in your thoughts like a shadow is being chased out by the light of His peace. What once stole your breath in fear is about to take your breath away in awe. Michael saw your future. Not the version others assumed, not the one shaped by your mistakes or your failures, but the one heaven has been holding all this time. He saw you whole. He saw you restored. He saw you free from the cycles that tried to trap you. He saw you finally able to walk in peace without pretending. He saw you surrounded by favor that couldn't be explained, only witnessed. And He cried because He saw how hard the battle was to get there. But now, the battle is shifting. You are not just fighting. You are about to receive. You are not just surviving. You are about to overflow. The places that felt dry for so long are about to bloom. The opportunities that passed you by before will now be drawn to you, not because you chased them, but because the timing of heaven has found you ready. Your preparation was not in vain. Your tears watered the very ground that is about to bear fruit. You're not going back to who you used to be. That version of you who questioned everything, who begged for scraps of love, who lived under constant pressure to be more or do more, that version of you is gone. The version rising now is wrapped in grace, filled with discernment, anchored in God's truth, and overflowing with a peace that cannot be shaken. The shift is not coming, it has already started. There's something you need to understand deeply. You are not being left out, you are being brought in. God hasn't overlooked you, He's been preparing you. He hasn't denied you, He's been refining you. The longer the wait, the greater the glory. What's coming is going to silence every lie, every voice of doubt, every whisper of fear that told you it was never going to happen for you. The blessing is coming, and it will be undeniable. Even now, angels are on assignment. Even now, doors are beginning to creak open. Even now, conversations are happening about you in rooms you've never entered. Even now, God is shifting the hearts of people in your favor. Even now, the heavens are speaking your name. And it is not because of anything you did to earn it. It is simply because God chose you. You are His. And when God decides to bless you, nothing in hell or on earth can stop it. Archangel Michael saw it all, your quiet nights, your lonely battles, your faithful moments when you didn't feel strong, your kindness when others didn't see it, your loyalty when it was never returned. He saw the moments when you held yourself together by faith alone, and He wept, because He knew that God was not only going to honor it, He was going to exceed your expectations. So get ready, not by striving, not by forcing anything, but by making space in your heart. Prepare room for joy. Prepare room for peace. Make room in your spirit to breathe again. The wait is over. The breakthrough is here. The new beginning you stopped believing in is now being released. You are not alone. You never were. And now, as heaven draws even closer, you will begin to feel it not just in small ways, but in undeniable waves of change. Things will fall into place without your effort. The right people will find you, the right doors will open, and your spirit will know it was God. You've shown up day after day, pushing through battles most people never saw, and all the while, heaven has been watching. Not as a distant observer, but as an active presence surrounding you with grace, holding you up when your own strength faded. Archangel Michael saw the chapters ahead, and he wept not from sorrow, but from the overwhelming weight of the beauty, redemption, and breakthrough that is about to flood your life. And now, the heavens are no longer silent. What Michael was not allowed to speak before is now being released, because the timing of God is not late. It is perfect. You didn't miss your moment. You didn't fall behind. You didn't lose your promise. Everything you have walked through has been leading to this. Every unanswered prayer, every hidden cry, every painful delay was preparing you for what is about to unfold. And now, the seal has been broken. The word is released. You are entering the days you were born for. If you're still believing despite everything, if you're still expecting something even with tired hands, comment 1515. You are closer than it feels. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest ticket to luxury? Recently leaked research shows a simple brain ritual that's allowing people to attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is transforming debt into abundance instantly. Homes, cars, and vacations are just the beginning. If you're seeing this now, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There is a reason your battles have felt heavier lately. A reason your mind has been under attack, your emotions up and down, your peace feeling harder to protect. It is because the atmosphere around your life is shifting. What has been held back is being released. What has been hidden is being revealed. And the pressure you've felt has been the last resistance of the enemy before breakthrough explodes. You are about to witness a personal resurrection. Not just a change of circumstances, but a transformation of your soul. The things that once broke you will no longer shake you. The fears that kept you small will no longer grip you. The lies that wrapped around your identity will fall powerless to the truth of who God says you are. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not late. You are in the exact moment heaven designed for your unveiling. The veil is lifting. The heavens are opening. And the Spirit of God is calling you deeper. This time, you're not being called to fight harder. You're being called to receive, to step into the place prepared for you, not by striving, not by proving your worth, but by simply accepting that God chose you. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Your healing matters. Your calling is not a maybe. It is sealed by the blood of Jesus, and the darkness cannot cancel what God has spoken. Michael saw what your eyes haven't yet seen. He saw the reconciliation. He saw the miracle. He saw the restoration of what you thought was lost forever. He saw healing coming to your body, your heart, your family, your finances. He saw clarity rushing into places where confusion lived for years. He saw chains falling that had been wrapped around you since childhood. He saw laughter returning to your life, not shallow or temporary, but deep, holy joy that runs through your spirit like a river. This next season of your life is not going to look like the last one. The grief you carried will not follow you. The betrayal that once defined you will not touch what God is building. The fear of falling again will be replaced with the courage to fly. You are not returning to who you were. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. God is rebuilding you with the pieces of everything the enemy tried to destroy. And what rises from the rubble will be stronger, purer, and more radiant than what came before. This is not just restoration, this is transformation, the kind only heaven can do, the kind that cannot be undone. People may have walked away, opportunities may have slipped through your fingers, but nothing that was truly meant for you has been lost. It's been protected. It's been held in place until now. You see, God doesn't rush the masterpiece. He works in layers, in seasons, in hidden places where no one else can see. And now the unveiling has come, not to show the world your strength, but to reveal God's. The battles you faced were not just about you. They were about the legacy your life will carry. The doors you open will be for more than just yourself. The healing you receive will overflow into others. The breakthrough you walk into will shift things for generations. Your faith has been building altars in the Spirit, and now fire is coming to rest on them. You've created space for God to move, and He is filling it with more than you imagined. Don't shrink now. Don't turn back. Don't doubt what you feel rising inside you. That stirring, that warmth, that trembling in your chest, that's the Spirit confirming this word. That's heaven saying yes. That's your spirit standing up, taking its rightful place, stepping into divine timing with boldness, with authority, with grace. Michael's tears were not of sorrow. They were of awe. He saw how heaven had been preparing a banquet for you, even while you sat in ashes. He saw the moment you would walk into it, surprised by joy, overwhelmed by love, free from shame. He saw angels rejoicing over your name, because your journey didn't end in defeat, it was always leading to glory. There's one more thing you need to know. The reason the enemy fought you so hard wasn't because of where you were, it was because of where you were headed. He knew if you ever reached this point, nothing would stop you again. He knew once you tasted the fullness of God's love, you'd never go back to fear. He knew once you stood in the promise, your life would be a light that couldn't be hidden. And he was right. Because you made it, you're still here. And that means the worst is behind you. The shift has already begun. You're not waiting for favor anymore, it's chasing you. You're not begging for peace anymore, it's surrounding you. You're not searching for answers anymore, truth is being revealed. And all of heaven is watching with joy. So breathe. You're safe now. You're seen. You're surrounded. You're stepping into days of blessing so deep they will undo every lie you once believed about your worth. And this is just the beginning. Stay open. Stay listening. Heaven is not done speaking. There is one more part still to come, and it will seal everything God has promised.